time I made another video. So today we're going to be changing out guitar strings and my pickguard. Pretty excited about changing the strings out from a new manufacturer. They're called Charlie & John's. And Charlie actually sent me these about 3 months ago, but I've been waiting for my Elixir Optiwebs to get worn out enough to where I need to change them out. So today's the day. Now, it felt pretty bad because Charlie asked me to review these strings 3 months ago, but I was still working on the Elixir Optiwebs. And I had to move, getting a new job, all that stuff got in the way. So anyway, I haven't even opened the strings yet. They're still in the packaging. Oh, and it's got its address. I know where you live. So these strings are all handmade. They're not machine made. Every single one is wound by hand individually. So I got Charlie & John's Loud and Proud. Oh yes, they're 10 gauge. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. If you look at this packaging, this is really nice. There's no way any kind of liquid or moisture would get into here. And to open, it's got this nice little tab right here, so 3 packets, 2 strings in each packet. I'm curious if the third string is wound. No. So the third string is not wound. That's the G string. G string unwound. Then the other thing we're changing out is the pickguard. I got tired of my Paisley pickguard, so I got this from China off of eBay for like $11. Oh, that's nice. Let's just double check that it's aluminum. You never know with these things. It feels like aluminum. It's super light. But I got these magnets here and yep, non-magnetic. Aluminum. I mean, it's not bad. It's machined nice enough. The edges are smooth. It's got the brushed metal look, which is nice. I like that. The screw holes, just one of them didn't line up properly. Besides that, it is what it is. But I'm not here to review the pickguard. I'm here to review these strings. Initially, I was going to do a time-lapse video of putting in these new strings, but I can't because you have to see this. This is the 6th string. I just want you to see how beautifully this is wrapped. That's gorgeous. That is a work of art. Now, check this the other one out. This one is the 3rd string. Even with this, it's just one coil, but the way it's just set right there in the middle at the end of the coiling is 3 little wraps around, and they're smooth. I ran my fingers over it and they don't even prick you or nothing. Like I said, work of art. Okay, again for you to see. Look at this other end. Can you imagine doing this by hand? The attention to detail here, like, I am excited about how these strings are going to sound. Alright, there you go. The strings are on. And they look great. They feel great. I'm going to let them sit overnight so that they can stretch out a little bit. And then we're going to play them tomorrow. For this string comparison, I'm going to do things a little bit different. So we all know our ears are tuned differently. For example, some people are bass heads, some people don't like bass at all. Now, I'll go through a few samples, that way you can hear the differences and see which one you like, but I'll also put everything through a frequency analyzer. That way, it's more of a technical approach to it. We can see the differences between the strings on a frequency spectrum. I'm going to have the guitar running through my Scarlett Focusrite and going right into Logic Pro. The spectrum analyzer is going to be before the guitar signal goes to any post-processing like amps, pedal boards, etc. So when I'm playing the samples, I'll have the real-time analysis going, and then I'll also be taking an average. That way we can compare the averages at the end. So that was Kansas, Dust in the Wind. We did a clean sound using the middle pickup position. Now, first of all, the Charlie and Johns, they have a lower frequency than the Elixirs. The Elixirs cut off at about 70 hertz. The Charlie and Johns went below 60 hertz. On the other end of the spectrum, there's some feedback happening at about 18K. I think that's coming from the equipment, but the other one, the 16K on the Elixirs, that's definitely coming from the strings. The Elixirs also seem to have a higher profile in the mids, right around the 300, 350 range. Charlie and John's is more even across, it's more flat across the spectrum. Based off of this, I would say if you're doing any kind of recording or live music, I would stick with the Charlie and John's. They seem to have a better profile. The Elixirs, I would use if you need your guitar to cut through, right? That's why it's got a little bit higher mids. If you're playing with a band, it might be better, it might cut through better. So that was Right in 2 by Tool. We're doing a clean sound using the neck pickup position. Right off the bat, we got some feedback going on with the Elixirs. Both of them are hitting very low ends. The other thing is the Elixirs are going up to, close to 4,000 hertz, and then the Charlie and John's cut out about just past 2,000 hertz. Now I actually like this more because that means that when I'm doing my neck pickup, I'm getting more sound dynamic changes by my pickup selection. With my neck pickup, I'm getting more of a neck pickup sound than the Elixirs are giving me. So that's a win for Charlie and John's. So this was Zephyr by Red Hot Chili Peppers. We're doing a clean sound and using the bridge pickup position. Again, there's feedback coming in from the Elixirs. There's actually no feedback coming with the Charlie and John's. And that's pretty amazing. The other thing I'm seeing, I am getting more high-end with the Charlie and John's. There's more happening in the 3,000 to 4,000 range than with the Elixirs. So I'm actually getting more of a sparkle out of the Charlie and Johns than the Elixirs. It might be that the Elixirs are old now, they're older strings, and these are brand new. That's a possibility. But overall, again, I'm getting more of a dynamic change by my pickup selection. Alright, that was Sunshine of Your Love by Eric Clapton. I'm not going to pick a band because he's been in a million. We're using the neck position and we're running it through a Boss blues driver. The reason I don't like comparing distortion things is, like you see, they're very similar across the board. It's very hard to tell. The only difference that stands out like a sore thumb is with the Elixirs. Again, at the 16K, we're getting a lot of feedback. Win for Charlie and Johns for not giving me feedback. It's awesome. Alright, so here are my thoughts. First, let's go over the gauge, right? So these are 10 gauge, so they come with 10, 13, 17, 26, 36, and then 46. Now these are the same gauges you can get with Elixir 10 gauge strings, right? Now originally I had the Elixir 9 gauge on here, so I had to re-intonate my guitar, and I think I did a better job intonating this time than I did when I put the Elixirs on, and that probably had a little bit to do with these sounding better. And yes, I do think that these sound better than the Elixirs. Two reasons for that. One, the sound feels more compressed. It feels more solid. Like there's more sound within the sound to hear. I don't know how else to explain it. The other thing is the high end, the chime, right? With the Elixirs, there was like this bright chime bell-like sound to it, which was cool, which is what I was trying to get. I was trying to get more twang out of it, which was great, except the problem is I have a whole bunch of pedals that I run my guitar through, and then it goes to an Orange Dart Terror, which is a small tube amp, but I get a lot of feedback, right? A lot of feedback, the high frequency noise, it's annoying. With these, there's a lot less, so that's a plus. So if you're having feedback issues, maybe look into changing the strings. Even though they sound better, I'm a little torn because they sound better, but I like the feel of the Elixirs better because I've gotten used to the Optiweb over the last 6 months, and I love how your fingers can almost like glide around the fretboard. It's very fluid, right? With this one, it's back to the original, guitar string feel, which is great. It's just I'm accustomed to the Elixir Optiwebs now. I would love to see coating put on these strings because the thing is, the craftsmanship behind this, the attention to detail is way better than any strings I've ever seen in my life. And I would love for that to last more than, 2-3 months. I would like to see it go 5 or 6. They're just really beautiful strings. I wouldn't want to lose them so quick. And then the other thing is the third string, the G string, is unwound, and I'm really looking for a set where it comes wound. Now I looked on Charlie and John's website, and they do have a set with the third string wound, but the other gauges of the strings are way different. I think they're heavier, and I'm not sure I can pull that off on this Telecaster. I think the 6th string was like 52 gauge, which is almost like acoustic string territory. Overall, though, I think these are a great set of strings, especially if you're looking into clean recording sounds. There's no feedback coming in. Also, I guess if you're playing live too, that'd be really good. Less feedback is always good. I let these sit overnight to stretch, and I thought that when I came back in the morning, I would have to retune the guitar. It was still in tune. Like, do they come pre-stretched? I'm very confused. There was no problem. It was still in tune from when I put the strings on. So, never happens. But yeah, I would definitely recommend these strings, and I'll put a link down below so you can go check it out, get yourself a pair, get yourself a set. All right. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this YouTube channel. And until next time.